So, chat, we are on our way to the Japanese Communist Party right now. The Japanese Communist Party is one of the biggest active communist parties on the planet. Specifically with the Japanese Communist Party, given its history of repression, political repression from the government, it's a somewhat secretive institution overall. We have unprecedented access. I think that this is exactly in the wheelhouse. The merger between, you know, real life events, IRL streaming, and also politics in general. I went to a Michelin star restaurant inside of our hotel last night.
Oh, the Jade Room?
Yeah.
I've been meaning to go there.
The food was fantastic. I did, however, fall asleep at the meal.
At the meal.
Yes, and the manager came over and said, would you
you
like for us to hurry it up for you?
How did you manage that?
Because I was that tired, March. Because that's...
What time was this at? Be honest. Be so for real right now.
10.
That means 9. It was 9, Chad.
No. It wasn't. Well, I started the dinner at 9, but I fell asleep at 10. This is not like a known thing, and I don't even know if it's real or not, but I think Hideo Kojima is a party member.
Well, don't out him like that.
I mean, I'm not like working on any information that I got from them or anything. I have not communicated with the Japanese Communist Party.
Are you gonna ask them about that?
No.
Are we late? We're late, aren't we?
No, well, we're fine. We're fine. They're not that strict about this.
It's surprising.
Let's walk that way, right?
What are some basic do's and don'ts?
Okay.
Because we're unfamiliar.
Because I can imagine after the American election, right? Like, what's on your mind is probably economic populism for the left, right? If you're gonna ask them I'm just saying. The term populism is still a bad word here.
Okay.
So
yeah.
like,
No, that makes sense.
Other than that, they're pretty chill, honestly. Once you have like an in.
Yeah.
They're quite chill. They're pretty normal people, honestly.
This is sick, dude. Little train crossing action.
But yeah, their newspaper is very famous for.
Are these the famous party members, or are they just?
Well, I mean, that's Ichiro right there. I think they cover general news, and then they also have like right here. Here's a poster with the Secretary General speaking. It says, "We want to hear your voice about political problems." But their newspaper is amazing at uncovering scandals from the conservative government because they don't have any sponsors. Only their members pay for the paper, so they don't need to worry about pissing off any kind of powerful person. They can just go and investigate and unveil like all kinds of corruption and stuff. And that's probably the biggest thing that the Communist Party does in Japan. In elections, they don't do so great. Oh, here's some nice posters.
Yeah,
no expansion of military spending or raising taxes. Use diplomacy of like speaking to other countries, not pressuring them, and then protect peace.
We met before.
Hello.
This is Hassan.
Hi.
Big guy.
Where do I write my name? Right here?
Oh, yeah.
Name?
And organization. Wow, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. There it is. He's got it too. Show it. Show it to the camera.
Oh, wow.
Red flag. Yeah. Actually, all tourists, or I mean those tourists coming, your job in this building, when they find that
They take photos?
Yeah, photos, or especially the left-wing people, well, get excited. Red flag in the Tokyo Center building, Well, we have some symbols. Yes.
Yeah. What are the symbols?
Symbols. This is, of course, rice, and this is the cog. So this is the union of the peasants and workers. Independence, democracy, and international solidarity, and also a strong party organization. So we call the 4 flags of the party.
Wow. Oh yeah. Watch your step. Smells like soy sauce up here. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Smells great.
There's a canteen on the 4th floor. So,
Oh, okay.
And so you can sit here. And,
Oh, okay.
And also, this is the place where we time to time take photo of the candidate for the election.
Okay.
So, like this.
It's beautiful.
You can see the Mount Fuji.
Oh, you can normally see Mount Fuji when it's clear.
A little overcast today, though.
Yeah, right here is a photo if you want to show it.
Is that Yoyogi Park?
Are trans issues a big part of Japanese politics?
Well, not like in your country, but oh.
Do you feel like American politics influences Japanese politics as well? Not in terms of, like, obviously American foreign policy has a major role in Japanese politics in general, but would you say that even domestic politics in America, things that we talk about like in terms of social issues, end up becoming a public conversation here in Japan as well?
Yes, I think it could be.
Uh-oh. We're locked out. We're stuck on the Japanese Communist Party's roof.
Oh, these are great.
Yeah.
These are great.
Yeah, this
cool.
is
So,
about
is there still a big
protecting
focus
our
on trade unionism within the party as well, or because of the previous political repression, would you say that the unions are no longer affiliated with any political party?
Oh, no. I mean, we put big emphasis on the trade union movement and also the those movement for the agriculture workers.
It says here that labor union participation in Japan is at 16.3% as of 2023.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I checked,
Which
Zeroden is 1.2 million.
Yeah.
Zeroden.
And the total union membership is at 10 million, 10.2
Yeah, so 1/10.
million. So it's very low
Yes.
in terms
yeah,
of,
yeah.
I mean, but it's expected.
Yes.
American influence, I would
Right.
say, probably plays a role in that.
Why is it not a rose? Is what I always wonder. Because it's the Communist Party, right? It's not a rose.
I don't know.
I always expect to see, if there's a flower, I would expect a rose, not get a bit of
Maybe because he was a supporter, maybe?
I think
and
that's
not a
right.
party
Yeah.
member?
Well, at least it is red. You know.
It is red. It is red. Yes.
What are some of the defining characteristics of the modern Japanese Communist Party? Like, what would you say your ideology, your leanings are?
We are struggling for the new future, but at this moment, our main focus is the revolution of democratic one and for the real independence. That is the independence from the U.S.-Japan military alliances.
Yeah.
That is number one. Free from big corporation first politics. So these two major problems are the tasks we have to tackle. Abandon the U.S.-Japan military alliance is understandable, maybe. We have the many U.S. military bases, not only in rural areas, but in central Japan too, in Tokyo.
We were right near one the other day.
Well, we have the air base and naval base over there, and
Apparently they cause a lot of problems. They get drunk, they fight, sexual assaults,
right.
car crashes. So that kind of stuff, does that not instill some kind of anger in
Of course,
Japanese,
of course.
in the Japanese population in general?
In general, but
But there's no expression of it.
There's an expression, but especially in Okinawa prefecture, that region, they are the it's a kind of continuation of the colonial rule by the military. So their anger not only against the U.S. military bases, but at the same time, I think the biggest anger is against the Japanese government. You know, they are too much subordinate to the U.S. Those system.
Is there? You can choose not to answer this, but what is the overall public sentiment against China in Japan and the Chinese government? And also, what is the party's attitude towards that as well?
Well, the sentiment of the Japanese public is mainly really bad.
Okay.
Image is bad.
Even with all the tourism?
Especially with all the
Especially with
tourists.
all the tourism.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Well, not especially, but
The media makes it. The media has a spin on it. Yeah.
But mainly the actions or coercive actions, among near the island of Japan in the southern part, or the oppression of democracy or human rights issues in Hong Kong or Xinjiang Uyghur. So it is really understandable those images, and we too publicly criticize the Chinese government and China's party. It is not they too support for the human rights, international convention, but what they are doing is totally different. And
America does too.
Too. So so our party stand against the military blocks of the U.S., but also we stand against the China's those behaviors.
Universal pacifism.
Universal, and also it is the spirit of independence, and also the spirit of the true commitment to the communism, because the communism itself is ideology for the freedom, liberation from the oppression or other exploitations. But what the China's party is doing is totally different from their theory. As the China says, the socialism of the Chinese characteristic. It's a strange word, but so that's our critical point toward the China.
What do you think about Donald Trump?
Oh, super.
Oh, super.
Super. I don't know.
What's the overall attitude about Donald Trump in Japan, in your estimation?
I don't know for sure, but at least our party on the inauguration day published the statement. Not good, and also a kind of Mr. Trump's action or remarks are really big concern for us too. And and the people in Japan.
He used to love Shinzo Abe too. He's a big fan.
And that's the problem. Mr. Abe is the number one enemy of us. I mean,
was the number one enemy.
Yeah.
Give flowers to the guns. Give us to Article 9. Our no war constitution. Wings of Article 9 fly over the world.
To support the izakayas during COVID that were being shut down. They wanted to give more support to the mom and pop izakayas that needed some help.
This is the party leader right now since 1 year ago.
Oh, okay. Ooh, big plate.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Because you have some relationships with Vietnam.
That's actually great question.
No, Japanese art.
It's Japanese. Okay. What's the relationship with other existing communist parties like in Vietnam, for example?
We have normal relationship, or maybe closest tie is the Vietnamese party and CPIM of India, Communist Party of India, Nepal and Sri Lanka, and in Europe we have many ties with the French Communist Party or Party of Mélenchon, and the Linke in Germany, and the Workers' Party in Belgium.
That's mine.
What about in America?
In America, we have all kind of relationship with the Communist Party of USA.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we have some kind of ties. I mean, the individual ties with the DSA.
Oh, the DSA. Nice.
Yeah.
In terms of Japanese politics, what does youth politics look like in Japan? Is there any sort of resurgence in left-wing mobilization in Japan?
I might say we see this last several years, especially after the pandemic. We see the new trend of activism among the youth and students. Especially students are struggling money for their high tuition fees.
That's what I wanted to ask about as well. Like, what are some of the most common issues that the youth of Japan are facing right now?
For students, number one is the high tuition fees. Well, we do not have enough scholarship system, and so students usually earn money by the part-time jobs, or of course parents support them. So it's a huge burden for students and parents. And but after the outbreak of the pandemic, they lost the place of work, in the pubs or the shops, Also at that time, people, not only students, but started to think something wrong, in this society, especially under the pandemic. So we attract those students to come to the, meetings and maybe seminar.
But it must be hard to get like students to then join the party, right?
Well,
Just because I'm thinking,
yeah.
people don't like. I mean, it's just like nowadays, people don't like to join political parties, regardless of like the political
allegiances.
sympathies. It's like,
well, in one aspect, it is true. Not only the political parties, but the, in some organizations, and also.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Japan is the society of maybe strong conformism, and conformism is a neutral word, but it is virtually a pressure from the, government or mass medias. But on the other hand, kids, youngsters, do not have bad images of the Communist Party.
Right.
They do not nothing virtually,
Yeah. Yes.
So
no image whatsoever. No
yeah,
good, no bad.
The funny thing is, according to research, if you poll 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds about what do you think the Communist Party is about, they say they're conservative. Right.
That is, I have heard that from Westerners as well.
Yeah.
That the Japanese Communist Party is somewhat conservative. But is that conservative in terms of social?
No, it's the imagery. It's pretty the imagery, the idea of the Communist Party being old and being around for a long time, being protective of like the Constitution, kind of has given some younger voters the idea that it's conservative, that this is what it means to be conservative.
We cut out for a second, so I just want to restart it. We just restarted it, sorry. So, chat, I don't know what part you guys missed, but we are now in the offices of the party paper, but it's an actual Akata. It's an actual newspaper in its own right, and they were showing us the many different journalistic awards that they've won.
These are mainstream.
National
This is a mainstream
awards,
national
yeah.
award.
Yeah. The Journalism Council of Japan.
Yeah, and so it's the point was more that Akahata is not just about it's not just a party, a newspaper. It is very much a journalistic newspaper.